Hi, and welcome to the Saturday Night Sleepover podcast. I'm your host, Charli, and I started this podcast because I'm good at two things. One, making friends, and two, telling stories. So you get to participate in that by listening. Welcome to the Sleepover. It's Saturday night. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Saturday Night Sleepover. I'm your host, Charli, and today we're joined by two guests, and those guests are my friends from college. We used to call ourselves, I don't know, maybe I just called ourselves this, but we were like the three amigos.
I think so.
We would hang out all the time, and so we have come together to swap college stories and just check in about our lives, and we're all excited to be here. So, Kaylani and Trevor, welcome.
Thank you, Charli.
Thank you.
Hi.
Thank you.
How was your days?
Pretty good. Three of us is weird. This is hard.
I know. I'm also new at three guests because it's normally just me and one other person. So we'll have to figure this out.
Raise our hands.
No.
We can do that.
Kaylani, you go first. How was your day?
It was good. It's been busy. My son had a dental procedure today. He had to get some teeth pulled. Mm-hmm. And so he was just getting off anesthesia and can't walk. And
did he do anything funny?
Not really. He just mainly woke up and just kept looking around, trying to figure out where he was, and then he'd fall back asleep and then do the same thing again, like over and over.
Poor thing.
Kelly was
Is he? Did it wear off and he's all like grumpy now?
He's doing really well right now, but he's still supposed to just be laying down and watching TV, so that's nice. But
yeah.
Somehow he's still fighting with my other two kids.
Just pass out already.
Post-anesthesia.
They always will find a way.
I can't. Yeah. My two oldest are, just always at it. They're either really super duper getting along, or they're just not on good terms.
You guys have kids that are similar ages, right? Like you and Trevor?
We do.
I think so, yeah.
I think our sons are the same age, or around the same age.
Yeah, like my oldest, he's 9.
Mine too.
My youngest just turned 8.
Okay, and then my daughter turned 7 barely. So.
Oh man.
Aww.
It's awesome.
Yeah. What about you, Trevor?
Honestly, it was a really chill day today. I changed my schedule recently because I was getting burned out, and so I only had like 3 sessions today, and
nice.
They were nice and easy.
Okay.
Nothing too crazy. Came home, got a bunch of smoothies for everybody.
Aw.
Yeah.
That sounds like
nice.
a fun dad thing.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's there for me, and I'm like, I might as well get people then too while I'm here. Try not to be selfish.
That's funny. I had to move my office today. And it was a lot of work. And then I also have an event this weekend, so I have like a lot of like physical work that I've been doing this week, and I'm like, I just want to like go to sleep. But I was so stressed about because I moved out of my old office yesterday, and then I moved into my I used to be in this office, but then I temporarily for like the last 6 months was in a different office.
So it's like a new but old.
Yeah, but now, like for the whole time that I've worked at this place, I've wanted to like rearrange my office, but I like never had the time or excuse to do it. And I was like, here we go. This is it. I'm doing it. I'm going to get approved to buy a new desk, hopefully. But
nice.
So I haven't gotten
a new office.
Well, yeah, it's a baller office for sure.
Sweet.
Yeah. I think that it's like the best office I've ever been in.
That's awesome.
But it's pretty rad.
Yeah.
It has a big old window that oversees like nature.
That's so nice.
I have so many plants.
With the view.
Are they alive? I have so many that are dead. I don't know if you can see my dying one.
No, they're alive. There. Yeah. I'm so proud. But it's also so easy to grow things in Arkansas.
That's nice.
It
We
is.
kill everything here.
It is not like Utah. I had plants in Utah, and they have done so much better since I moved.
Yeah, no, all most of our honestly, this is what happened during COVID. I went on a plant buying phase. It was one of my hyperfixations for a while. I bought way too many plants, and then Shan is now the one that's watering all of them because I got bored.
That's
So,
funny.
no, we just have a buttload of plants that I don't do anything with. So, it's not great.
Well,
Very toxic.
yeah. You can't just
It happens.
deadbeat dad your plants.
This one, honestly, they said it was really hard. Like I'm not trying to kill it, but I'm not trying to keep it alive either, even though it's like my favorite one. But it like won't die.
What is it?
It's a burro's tail.
I mean, I've never heard of it.
You guys have the same shelf.
Oh, we do, don't we?
We do.
Yes.
That's clever.
Don't even remember where I got it.
That's funny.
Home Depot.
Probably was Home Depot.
I was like trying to think of like memories that we were all together, but one came to mind that I don't think Trevor was there, but Kaylani was there, and it's like one of my favorite memories of Kaylani, and it's like I used to like make peanut butter sandwiches, and then sometimes I would make like some for Kaylani too, and she would come over, and one day she was on the phone, and I was like, "Oh, your peanut butter sandwich is ready." Like just like motioning, and she was like, "Okay," and then she like comes in the room and she picked up my peanut butter sandwich on accident, and I put so much peanut butter on my sandwich.
I have no memory of this.
You took it out of the room, and then you took one bite out of it, and you brought it back, and you took the other sandwich.
Oh my gosh.
Your face, you're like, too much peanut butter.
Oh my gosh. Why do I have no memory of that? Because that's hilarious.
It was like, I think, did we both live in Holly too at one point at the same time?
I think so.
I think it was in
around
that period.
time?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't remember that period very well for some reason.
I
Don't
mean,
know
I
what
think it was like a
happened.
3-month period of time.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
I
I
was
do remember
legit only.
spending-
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I'm so sorry too.
No.
You go first.
I was like, I think I was only there with you guys for like 6 months. When I think back on it, like
Mhm.
I legit was only there for 6 months with you guys. Like for me, that's
Yeah,
just
I think
crazy.
about that all the time because I'm like, I was friends with Trevor in real life for like 6 months, and now we've been friends for like 15 years.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
Based
that's
off of
wild.
a 6-month
Yeah,
timeline that we were friends in real life. That was just crazy. But then
that's
Kaylani,
wild.
you and I were together for what, like 2 years? All 2 years? And then you
All
stayed
2
after
years?
me?
I think so.
Or did you leave
we
in the middle?
graduate at the same time?
I graduated in 2011,
Okay. April 2011?
December.
No. December? Okay. I got my associates in April 2011. So I think I must have gone home and left you behind.
Yeah, well, did you leave for in the middle too, or no?
No.
No?
Maybe.
I can't remember. I
so
can't.
long.
I can't believe we're that old that we don't remember.
Oh no.
I know. This is making me feel so old.
I know.
But it's like it's funny because
Wow.
we're all like, I don't know, we're changed, but we're the same. I feel like.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, we've all experienced a faith transition, which I think is kind of fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, I never would have expected that to be
Same.
15 years later.
Right.
Yeah, that was not in the cards.
Thank you,
No,
Internet.
not at all.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that too. Like, how crazy, like, the two people that I was really close with left as well.
Didn't we all meet in the Book of Mormon class?
I don't, Kayla, I know I met Charli in the Book of Mormon class. I don't know. Kaylani, were you in that class? I don't know.
No, I think we met at New Student
Yes, I met you at
Orientation.
New Store Orientation.
And then you introduced me to Charli.
Yeah.
Yes, so you're the
I'm the
mouthpiece.
connection? That's wild.
Yes.
I'm never the connection.
It was you.
What?
Which is a fun story because I'm the connection between Trevor and his wife Chantel.
What?
Yeah. Okay, this is crazy. So me and Shan, so she was at BYU Hawaii at the same time as us.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea who she was. Like, I had not met her before the mission or anything. Like, I did not know her at BYU Hawaii, but she was in Latin Club with Charli. Charli knew her and would hang out with Charli. We're pretty positive that me and Shan were at the same party at Charli's house, but me and Shan never met. We went and we met in New Zealand, like coming home from our missions. It's the first time we went.
There's another layer. They were also like coming home on the same plane as the person I went to high school with. Well, didn't go to
really?
high school with,
That's
but he
right.
was in my ward
I
growing
knew
up.
that.
And
Lance,
I didn't
right?
realize that until I went to the wedding, and I was like, "Why is he here?"
Okay, I was talking to Shan about that. I'm like, I swear, Charli knows Lance. Like, Shan's always running into him. Like, always running into him.
Yeah. I mean, I believe it. Utah, I mean, the world is small, and then the world is even smaller when you're Mormon, and then even smaller whenever you go to a BYU, and even smaller than that when you're at BYU Hawaii.
For reals.
Everyone is connected.
Everybody.
That's wild, though.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Even crazier, I'm pretty sure Lance has left the church, too.
I'm
pretty
sure
sure
he
has.
I haven't followed up with it.
I'm pretty sure he has.
I just grew up going to church with him whenever I was in high school. I haven't kept in touch that well.
He was actually my MTC companion when we went to the MTC.
And then after, Trevor and I have all these weird synchronicities. After he had a baby at the same time as your Zealand is the same age as Kristen's kids, right?
Yes.
Okay, so my best friend since I was 12, she lived in the same apartment complex as Trevor when their kids were all the same age, like they'd just been born. And so I came out to go visit my friend, and then I was talking to Trevor, and he was like, "Do you want to come see the baby?" And I was like, "Sure, where do you live?" And I was like, "It's the same," or maybe you guys knew each other from church or something.
No, we lived in the same complex.
Yeah. But I just remember seeing my one friend's baby in this apartment and then walking across the parking lot to Trevor's house to see another baby.
What?
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
That's insane.
And I don't know. Me and Trevor, we just been circling this weird connection thing since we're literal babies in the same town.
Literal babies, yeah.
Wait a second. I remember this part too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Charli was born in the town that I grew up in. I wasn't born in it because my mom didn't trust the hospital enough, but that's where they were living. And so born and raised pretty much where Charli was born.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's crazy.
And then I also remember I had something like that happen with you in St. George. Didn't we run into each other in a church building in St. George, Kaylani? On accident one time?
Yes, on accident. We were at an institute building.
Yeah.
I don't know why we were at the institute building, but I saw you there.
Because you lived in Idaho at that time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was so weird.
There's no reason to that's just how it is in Utah, man. Everything is so, I don't know if it's just Utah or if it's I don't know, the crazy vibes I'm putting out, but people just come back. And I love it.
Yeah, we're drawn to you, Charli.
Aw, thanks.
Yeah.
I know, I was thinking about just and you mentioned this in the podcast too, your little cohort of introverts.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh.
Right.
It's true.
Wow.
I don't know. It's like what I put out in the world. Introverts just like flock to me. That's a weird thing to say,
Yeah.
but like they decided to
Yeah.
call themselves my collection of introverts.
Oh, your
And
collection of
yes,
introverts. Okay.
and then more people volunteer. I am not I am not establishing this as like I as the situation. This is all free choice.
I mean, that's what every cult leader says, Charlie. I'm sorry.
I'm fine starting a cult, TBH.
You'd be a good cult. You'd be a good cult leader.
I would
follow.
be I would be the most genuine, nicest cult leader. Like I know it because
That's what
like
I was just thinking.
I would actually make cults like have a good reputation because if like everyone who would join mine, like number one rule, like I already have the plan. Number one rule is
You thought about this? I love it.
yeah, really, I'm talking about this. Number one rule is like cults. The documentary is so great, and then everything you're like, wow, this looks like so much fun. I want to go be in this cult, and then they like turn the page, and it's like, and then the leader was having sex with everyone, and I'm like, that's number one rule. No rape.
Don't do that.
No orgies.
And I think that's where all cults go wrong.
Yeah.
Other than
Yeah.
that, like it seems like it could be really great. It's either cults or money, or sex or money. So as long as I don't care about either of those things, we'll be fine.
Well, you've got the charisma, that's for sure.
For real, though.
Oh,
Just have
thanks.
to resist that. Yeah.
Well, look, hit me up if you want to join my cult later. I also already thought about it. Like I want to like go up, have land. Listen, I've actually thought about this.
I think we're getting indoctrinated, Kaylani.
Doesn't this sound great though? Okay, we have all this land, right? And there's like people that want to work on the land and like provide, like grow organic vegetables or whatever, and then other people want to go have a job and provide money for like cars and houses and stuff. And everybody gets to choose. Everybody has to like give consent to like do what the thing that they want to do, and then we all just like make it work together. Doesn't that sound like fun?
It does sound like fun, and something kind of crazy is like this is the second cult that I've been like. One of my friends has said, "Hey, we should start this." One of my coworkers just tried to get me to start her, like join her.
What's your cult?
Oh, it's not mine. It's my coworker. That she's calling it a commune. So it's gonna be a bunch of therapists because we're all therapists. It's a therapist commune.
Yeah.
Like kind of the same idea.
Yeah, and like think about it. We could all just like have a house like on a cul-de-sac or whatever, and then we all just like come and go as we please, but then we could have dinner together sometimes. That sounds good, right?
That doesn't sound bad. I mean, the number one problem right now is that we don't have community. So this would solve that problem.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Cults are a great community. Let's be real. Like they create the best ones.
I really do believe that humans were built to like survive in village type settings. And so I think that's why it feels so everybody, like, I don't know if everybody feels this way, but a lot of people feel drawn to that lifestyle.
I totally agree. Like me and Shannon have been talking about this for a while. My sister-in-law and brother-in-law and their kids moved in with us, and honestly having them there, we have talked about this so often, how much it's felt like a community. Like it actually feels like home now. Like even though like it was just like me, Shannon, and our kids, like that was our home, but now that like we have like our family moving in with us, it legit feels like a real home. I can't explain it. It's been amazing. And it's like something I feel like we've really been missing is that community.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Awesome.
Yeah, that is sweet.
I'm over here with just me and my dog and my husband.
That's nice too. That's always nice.
Actually,
Cole's an awesome guy.
That's one comment that people come into our house and they're like, "Wow, it feels like a home in here."
I love that.
I'm like, "Okay, thanks. Welcome to my house."
Oh, that's such a good compliment.
I know.
It is. I was just looking at the artwork behind you.
I bought that for $15 at the Restore.
Nice.
And it's
That's
massive.
beautiful.
It's like, I don't know what to put for like a reference, but that's my poster. So like, it's bigger than my
It's
poster.
you. I love that picture of you.
Thanks. Took it in a JCPenney, but I have redone.
Yes.
I have redone my cover since then. I need to print a new poster that has my new cover on it.
I like that cover.
I do too, but I felt like, I don't know, I felt inspired to do one where I like my new picture. I'm like sitting in a bed with like a cup of.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. I like that one too.
Yeah, and I feel like that is kind of like, it's a sleepover, more of a sleepover vibe.
Comfy and cozy.
Yeah, so I felt like it was like more in line with being on brand or whatever. That picture's good too. I'm not complaining about it.
They're both good.
Yeah. The other one I took on portrait mode on a tripod in like by myself.
That's impressive.
I know. I feel pretty like bougie when I say that.
Yeah.
But I was snowed into my house and I couldn't leave. Which is so nice about living here. Man, living in the South, people do not know how to drive in the snow, and I never have to go anywhere. Everything gets canceled anytime there's snow on the ground.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard. It's ridiculous.
It's real life, guys. And it only snows for like 1 week out of the entire year.
That sounds so nice.
It really does. Can't tell you how many times I have to dig my car out of my workplace. It's like usually I'm working weird shifts, so I'm like leaving at midnight, 1 a.m, and I'm like trying to dig my car out of the snow because that's when the snow hits, and it's awful.
I will say the infrastructure for cold weather is much less like built up here, and so like pipes do freeze here, and you have to like remember to keep them dripping and stuff. Like I never had to think about that in Utah. In Utah, legitimately for 2 years, our heater was broken, and it didn't matter because I just built a fire and it was fine. Our electric bill and our gas bill were so cheap at that time. I would do it again. I love a fire heat.
That sounds nice, actually. I wish we had a real fireplace.
Yeah. I had one growing up and I loved it. That's where I would burn all like my report cards I didn't want my parents to see. And, all of that fun stuff.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
You gotta.
Yeah.
What is like your number one favorite memory of all of us hanging out and being wild together?
That's a really good question. There's so many. Like anytime on the beach for me. Like anytime on the beach. I can't think of like one specific time where like that was the best, but like we had so much fun on the beach all of the time.
And it didn't matter what beach it was either.
Mm-mm.
We would just go to whatever.
Yeah.
I think the Holly parking lot.
Yeah.
I love just hanging out there with you guys, chatting and talking for hours.
Yeah.
Did we have a fence once? And
yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That was the one where Charlie got stuck on the fence, wasn't it?
I got stuck on the fence. I am so bad at hopping fences. I hope I never like get caught doing something illegal and have to run from the police.
Oh. I mean, you go viral, and I mean,
that's true. What does that get you these days, though?
And I like watching movies everywhere. Like, I don't know. I think I know Kaylani, you were there when we watched The Birds. Charlie, were you there for that one, or was that just me and Kaylani?
I don't know if you're The Birds. What we did, I refused to watch scary movies, but you would not let me refuse to watch The Exorcism of Emily Rose. And do you remember this, Kaylani?
Oh, I
You
do.
got so scared that
That
we would.
movie still scarred me. I think about it all the time.
It's
Yeah.
still one of the scariest movies for me.
Yeah, it was so scary, and you forced us to watch it. And I did not have any consent in that at all. I was non-consensually forced to watch this scary movie, and I feel like I don't want to speak for Kaylani, but I feel like she felt the same way that I did, and we got forced to watch this movie, and then we were both so scared. And like when you lived in the dorms at BYU Hawaii, they would not allow you to have visitors of any sort in the room. Or if you got checked on and you got found that there was a visitor in your room at overnight, then they would fine you $100. And we didn't have $100, but we didn't care because we were so scared that Kaylani had to go sleep in my bed.
I I mean, it's not that bad. It's horrible. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I also remember Kaylani, we used to like you didn't have a computer, and so I would like study for until like 10 o'clock at night or something, and then you would come in my room and I would go to bed and you would just like use my computer until like 3 in the
I
morning.
was just thinking about that. I was thinking about the time. I don't know if you remember this, but it was finals week. I was needing to write an essay, and you let me borrow your computer, which again, just the charisma, the kindness, it's all there.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And anyway, I think you gave me caffeine pills.
Yeah, I did.
And I took them with a liter of Mountain Dew. And I could not sleep for like 36 hours straight.
I do remember this. Well, okay, you have to remember. We were at like the most, I don't know if it's the most controlled, but it's one of the most controlled environments with like several like everybody's a young adult in college still. So I would just like go to the store and buy a bunch of medicine. And then everybody would come to me for medicine. Do you remember? Because nobody would go buy medicine.
Oh
But
my
then like
gosh.
also sometimes people like would leave the island and like give me a bunch of stuff. So then I would have like I don't remember purchasing the caffeine pills, but I think somebody
Just
like
had them.
I think somebody just like gifted them to me because they knew I was giving out medicine out of my.
Charlie, I think this is your hustle. You collect all these introverts who then leave the island and leave all of their stuff for you. So you
Truly,
collect all of their junk.
I had so much stuff. I had a couch in my room. Do you remember I had a couch in my room?
I do remember that couch.
I like it was not part. Well, okay, so I call it a couch, but it was just like I used to work at the TV studio, and they had like these crates that got sent or like sent a bunch of monitors. Actually, Kaylani and I worked there together. But a bunch of monitors got sent to us for the TV studio, and they were in crates. And there's a mosquito. And they had a bunch of foam in them, so we just took all the foam out of the crates and like pushed them all together, and then put the foam on top, and it was my couch in my dorm.
How did you have room? Like, I'm trying to think, like, where would you even put that? Like, I barely had room to, like, walk down that little
Like behind the
hall.
door.
Because so I was like just on the cusp of when we were over admitting. Okay, so I was in a double room for my first 2 semesters, but then I knew that the girl in my unit was in the single room was moving out, and I knew they were about to over admit a bunch of people and put them in double people in single rooms that were even smaller than the double rooms, and the double rooms were so small. But I'm not having a seizure. I'm just trying to kill this. I got it. Mosquito. Welcome to the South, y'all.
No, thank you.
That was pretty impressive.
Anyway, so I knew that like they were about to over admit and start booking people in double rooms because I had like already seen a couple people get booked into double rooms. So I went and put my name on the waiting list for a single room, and it was like right at the I got turned into it. You had to be a upperclassmen, and I turned to a upperclassman like right at the right moment that they were about to fill all the single rooms with freshmen. But like I called and called and called and called and went and in the up to the housing office like every single day, and they were like, give this girl a single room just so that she stops talking to us. And they gave me a single room, and the same one in my unit. And so like I actually had room in my room, but it was an awful situation because it was like my window was to an indoor courtyard, and so like people walk by my window every day. So and like there's no air conditioning, so you have to have your window open. And so like people could just like look in your room anytime they wanted. And it was right next to the drinking fountain. And I have misophonia, and it was so horrible. Like I could hear people come in from their runs in the morning, like panting and trying to like slurp up as much water as possible, and I wanted to kill them all.
That's awful.
But then, so like it was too hot to like, so I put my bed like right up against the window, and it was too hot to sleep without the window open. And so I had to get used to like sleeping where people were watching me. And I like the way I did that is I just like thought about it, and I was like, am I creepy for sleeping with the window open, or are they creepy for watching me sleep?
No, they're the creepy ones. I will die on this hill that, like, if you want to be naked in your house, if you want to be sleeping in your house, windows open, if people are looking in, that's on them. Like,
Yeah,
you are not the
exactly.
creepy person. I am sorry.
Exactly.
Like, I will die on that hill.
I think that like that burned into my brain, and now I'm just like, I will be me in my house, no matter what.
You need to be.
Thanks. But yeah, and it was in that room that I remember Kaylani came over like a lot and slept over. And we, as soon as we like broke that rule with the exorcism for Emily Rose, I feel like we just like
Kept breaking that rule.
yeah, kept breaking that rule like every day, and we never got in trouble. Because also my RA, she lived in the unit like 2 over from me, and she loved hot dogs, and I wasn't supposed to have like appliances. Like it was in the contract for the dorm that you're not supposed to have appliances, but I would let her make hot dogs on my sandwich maker, and so she let me get by with whatever I wanted.
Yes.
It was legit.
Oh my gosh.
Shout out to that really cool RA.
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. So you were handing out drugs to everybody, and you had
I had
an in with the RA.
I think she probably came to get caffeine pills from me too.
How did I not know about this?
Because you were a boy in the boy dorm.
I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't even know about the drug stuff. Like, I couldn't use that. So, like,
It wasn't drugs, it was over the counter medicine.
okay.
You're selling it way crazier than it was.
Okay, Charlie.
Love it.
The hardest thing I had in there was caffeine pills. That's fine.
Yeah, and I'd never had caffeine in my life.
Yeah, no,
so
she was a
love
juice,
it.
like water person.
Yeah.
So healthy.
Yeah. Other than Zanzibar, that was like the most rebellious thing that I did while
Yeah.
there.
Did you ever go to Zanzibar, Trevor?
Me and Shan tried to go one time with a bunch of friends, but it was closed or something happened.
Yeah, they closed it like not too long after.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
It was like the only club that would let you in if you were 18 and not 21, because they had like a separate place for 21. So like all of our 21 plus friends would like go to the other side and abandon us.
That's so sad.
But it was fine. There was all kinds of like other people our age there too, because it was like all the people from the military went there too.
Yeah, a lot of people from the military. I only went once with you, I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
I do not have a memory of that. I feel like I was like scared to take you there.
Probably. Was a naive girl from Idaho.
Because you're so holy.
Oh, I love that.
Charlie's correcting all of her friends.
I think I did.
I think I needed a little bit though. I mean, my college experience would have been so much more boring
Without caffeine pills
without
and
you.
Mountain Dew. I'll take it, man. I had to grow up you somehow.
Yeah, no. You led us down that path, and look what we're all now. Kidding.
I didn't leave both of you,
Selling
Trevor. You were already
drugs.
there.
I was a good kid. I went on a mission.
Okay. So did Kaylani.
True.
I did I intentionally did not.
Well, you were smarter than me.
Did you guys not like your missions?
That's a complicated question.
Complicated, yeah.
Like, if I didn't go on my mission, I never would have met Shan. Like, and there's parts of the mission I liked, but the whole, like, the idea of it, I don't know. I was depressed through most of it. Like, I don't know. I think maybe like 2 months out of the whole thing, we're like, yeah, I'm happy. It's just.
Yeah, similar. I mean, I think you probably both know that I came home early, right? Like,
yeah, you had health
the 9 month
problems, right?
Yeah, that was also depression. Mental health problems. So,
don't we love how that just gets like swept under the rug? Oh, it's health problems. Yeah, also depression.
See, Kaylani, you were smart and talked about it. I did not. I just suffered the whole time.
Yeah, going through that for 2 years, I just couldn't imagine myself going for like another 9 months. I remember I couldn't picture it. So, and then the second they let me call my parents, because, back in the day, you were only allowed to talk to your parents on Christmas and Mother's Day. And so my mission president gave me permission to talk to my parents. And after that, it was over.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
You guys get to say, back in my day.
For real.
We didn't have this fancy FaceTime every week.
Right. For real, though.
Yeah, they really cut you off.
Yeah, I can't believe.
Really
like,
did.
what are your theories about that? Like, why do you think it was so like isolated?
I mean, yeah, for me, have you guys read Stephen Hassan's book, Cult Mindset?
No, but it's on my list.
Yeah. So I read that book, and he mentions Mormonism, specifically the mission, and how that's just, I mean, it's just complicated because I feel like every group could be categorized as a cult in some way, like a workplace to a club. But with religion specifically, there were just some obvious things that we were going through that were very culty.
Yeah.
And being isolated for 18 months to 2 years from family members is one of those.
Yeah.
Things.
Well, also, I haven't read a lot of books, but I've consumed a lot of media. And like the thing that I've learned is like the goal of the mission is to convert the person going on the mission, not necessarily to convert people like in the mission place.
Oh yeah.
Because if you like grow up in a Mormon family and then you go straight to a mission and then or BYU and then straight to a mission after that and then come home and like you immediately have to get married and then immediately have to have kids, then you're never gonna have a moment to get to know who you are as a person. And so like your life is going to always be consumed with Mormonism. And so I feel like I had a little bit more balance per se, because not every person in my family is Mormon. And so I always like grew up knowing like, yeah, I mean, Mormonism, yeah, great. It has a lot of good values, but also like these people in my family that aren't Mormon are good people too. And I think that like when you get in like so ingrained, then you're like, we're the best people in the world and no one is like on our level, then, and you're surrounding yourself with people that think that way, then you're gonna like end up continuing to think that way the rest of your life. And so I feel like I got blessed with like, actually, I think that feels exclusionary and I don't want to do that. And so like, I feel like I just came out the womb this way or something, but like I just always said, maybe not for me. And then I like replaced it with other experiences and eventually just led myself down a path that was felt more genuine to myself. And then finally I got to a point where I was like, Mormonism doesn't feel genuine to me anymore. And so, but then also there's a whole part where it like takes every bit of your culture away besides the religion. And so like I'm in this place right now that I'm like, if I don't consider myself to be a Mormon, then like what is my culture? And I'm like, I don't know what that is. So I feel like culturally I am somewhat Mormon culturally, but like not, I don't feel that way like religiously. I don't know if that makes any sense.
It makes perfect sense.
I feel
No,
like I just
it
got a
does.
soapbox. Sorry.
No, you're fine. No, thank you. I think there's this writer that I follow. I think her name's Meg something, Meg Conley. She says that she wrote a poem about just being made up of Mormon molecules,
Yeah.
and just like not being able to, you know, totally disconnect from the culture. But I think that's probably fine, right? Like
Yeah.
it's part of
I'm a nice person, so I never feel like it would be my natural instinct to just like immediately go the other way that I feel like a lot of people do. Like I feel like people are Mormon for so much of their life, and then they suddenly decide not to be Mormon for the reasons that they chose to, and then immediately decide to like hate everything and everyone associated with it. And I just don't feel like that could ever be me, because like of course if the missionaries come over I'm gonna feed them. Like I know you're not eating.
Right. We're starving.
yeah.
You're a person who needs food.
I know. I always feel yeah, just a little bit heartbroken whenever missionaries come to my door. And I don't know, I just want to be straightforward with them and say, sorry, we're not interested. And that's the hardest thing to do.
Yeah,
It's hard.
it is hard. But also you can still like invite them over and tell them about yourself. That's what I do. I like invite them in and I'm like, hey, I'm Charlie. These are the cool things about me. Do you think that's cool? I think it's cool. And then do you want some like cheese and crackers? Like what's your deal, kid? Where'd you come from? Like tell me about you. And then we like have this conversation and then at their end they're like, can we say a prayer? Like, and there's always like one that's like they know that it's not the thing that they're supposed to be doing, but the other one is like, bro, it's fine, calm down. Because they know that they're supposed to like follow the script for like everything, and I just do like who I am is not a person that can follow a script. And so like I like go off script and the other one is just like eventually gets to the point where he like boils over and he's like, okay, can we say a prayer?
Can we sing a hymn, please?
Sure,
Can we sing for
go
you?
for it. You can pray in my house if you want. That's fine.
I love that.
Who do you want to pray to? Anyone is fine.
Oh my gosh.
I
See, you could pull that off.
everyone
I
can.
couldn't.
You really could, Charlie.
I usually just say something wild like that. One time, that the Relief Society president came over when we lived in Utah, and she was a professor at the university, and that in the town that we lived in, not that I went to. And so she came over, and Relief Society president is, for those of people who are listening who are not Mormon, never been Mormon, is the leader of the women's organization in Mormonism for about 50 to 300 people, depending on how big your neighborhood is. And so she comes over to my house to visit me, and I'm like, yeah, come on in. And so she talks to me and she's like, oh, you went to BYU Hawaii? And I was like, yeah, I did. And then I was like, what do you do? She's like, well, I'm a professor in math at the university here. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. I was like, I've never been good at math. I was so bad at math that the only reason why I passed statistics is because I cheated. And she was like, you can't tell me that. And I was like, why not? What are you going to do? Take away my degree?
Right.
And she just was like, okay. Like, and then one of two things will happen. They will either like totally love their experience and like being here at my house and want to come back again, which is fine. I love visitors. Or two, they will never come back again because they're so uncomfortable.
I mean, that's how you sort out the good people and the bad people, or maybe sort out the people that are going to be part of your cult and not part of your cult. No?
Okay, I'm here for
He's
it.
got a point.
Yeah, like you got to sort out. Can they hang with me? Can they be around for a little while for the craziness? Pull them out of one cult into another.
Mm-hmm. One time here in Arkansas, my visiting teachers or ministering assigners, whatever they call them these days, my visiting teachers came over. And I like opened the door and I'm like, hey, come on over. And then I was like, I always feel really awkward in new social situations. So I have some games here. Do you want to play some games? And I also have some charcuterie waiting too, if you want. And so I like sucked them into playing like a whole game with me, eating charcuterie. And they were like, this is the best ever. And then still in the situation, like one girl, she was like, man, I just had a baby and I haven't gotten out of the house. This is so great. And the other one was like, can we share a message? And I'm like, sure, go for it.
Man, they're out there doing the visiting teaching the way it should be done is fun.
I know.
For real, though.
If you want to come over to my house and play games and eat cheese, you're welcome to. Send that message out to every visiting teacher ever to come into my life ever again.
Bring a game, eat some cheese.
Yeah, bring a game, please.
Socialize, yeah.
Mm. Yeah. That's literally
do you guys
like
really not have any like awkward stories where you like invite them in and like talk to them genuinely about their lives?
Not invite them in. I think I actually talked about this already on the podcast, but like had the missionaries stop me outside of my car one time when I was putting my kids in the car, and one of them that was really uncomfortable. Like I was obviously trying to go. Both my kids were in the car, and I was getting in, and one of the missionaries like was holding onto my door, trying to talk to me, and I'm like trying to shut it.
Invasive.
Right. I'm sitting here telling like, hey, no, I started a mission. I'm good. Like I'm good. And I mean, he kept and started bearing his testimony to me. I'm like, hey, I really gotta go. And like trying to pull my door, and he was like holding it open, and I ended up was at my sister-in-law's house, and I'm like, I think they're interested. And then I got the car and drove off. The only way I could get him off. I'm like, I'm not interested, but they are. Like, leave me alone, please.
It's cute.
Extra desperate in Utah, probably.
Yeah, probably so.
I mean,
can you imagine though? Like, I just feel so bad for the people that get called to Utah
or Idaho.
Idaho.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
At least like here. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. My wife had a friend who grew up here in Utah who got called to St. George.
Yeah.
Felt really bad for her.
That's wild.
No.
I mean, at least here in Arkansas, I feel like most of the people are from Utah and they get to see something that isn't Utah. And I think that's good.
Agreed.
But
actually,
if you're from Utah and you get called to Utah, it's no bueno. At least if you're from somewhere else and you get called to Utah, then you get to see what the mothership is like.
For real, though.
Might not like it.
You get to try Cafe Rio. Like that.
Oh, yeah. That's actually... Okay, there are some really good things about Utah. Cafe Rio. Mm-hmm. Being one.
We already have Swig here, so I'm like Cafe Rio and Costa Vida. I'm like, guys, let's go.
Get it over here.
It's good stuff.
Didn't you once reach out to Cafe Rio?
Yeah.
And they like...
Probably.
Anyway, I remember one of your stories being about how Cafe Rio wrote back to you.
No, I did reach out to Swig. But they didn't respond back to me. They're too bougie for me now. But I legit like watched them grow from a trailer in a parking lot across from the testing center in St. George, Utah, and now they're in Arkansas. Like a big company franchise, and like so I sent them an email and I was like, hey, If you want me to open another one of these up here, I will. I totally get it. I've been around since 2012, and they're too busy for me.
I mean, they're too busy with the Secret Lives, the Mormon wives right now. So,
Are you guys watching that?
I'm obsessed.
I want to. I haven't seen it yet.
It's
I
good.
love it.
How was it? Is it good?
Yeah,
I've
it's
seen
pretty
clips.
good. It's how I mean, it's good if you like trash TV. Like I don't know
I'm
how
all about
much.
trash TV. I am freaking obsessed with this show. I love it so much.
And I have to be in the right mood, but like Seth has to watch Below Deck by himself all the time.
Yeah.
I feel like you just outed it.
He won't mind.
He's proud. He's a proud
Sorry.
supporter of Below Deck.
Yeah. I've watched a few seasons with him, but I just have to be in the right mood for it.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be like that.
Yeah,
When you finally
it's a
do.
lot.
I've been trying to figure out that one. I'm like, Hulu. It's on Hulu, and
Yeah.
the Mormon Church owns like a bunch of Disney, and Disney owns Hulu. So like, how have they not? How are they okay with this show?
Publicity, it's money. Are you kidding? Like I have a whole conspiracy about it. Like
I would love to hear it.
100% they I think they are partly funding it. I think they love this. They've made a whole lot of changes. Like they just made the changes to the garments where like women like the straps now are like that thin now, and I think a lot of that has to do with Secret Lives. Yeah. I think they're partly funding it.
You think
I
so?
think they like it. I do. I think
I
it's
don't
helping those church
know.
member. I think they are. Like I know they're making public statements against it, but
Well,
I think
yeah.
they're funding it.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel like. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say that. I guess that it is true that no publicity is bad publicity.
Yeah, that's true.
But
It's getting lots
I
of
was
people
just gonna.
talking.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
but
mentioned the Book of Mormon story, the musical.
oh yeah,
I feel like there's a story where an apostle was like the same thing. No, like publicity is good wherever it comes from.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
well,
I mean,
I'm
it's freaking. I love it. It's I don't know. I can't. I binged it. I binged both seasons in like 3 days. I couldn't stop.
also I feel like the church is like trying to go so far away. Like, have you ever called it Mormonism to like a true believing Mormon? They're like, we are the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And so I kind of feel like since like there's been a lot of media that it's like they get to use the Mormon name because they're like, we're a different thing, even though it's not a different thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was like Murder Among the Mormons on Netflix. There's The Secret Life of Mormon Wives.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I feel like around that time that they like forced everybody to use like Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints, it was like right before they were getting sued as the Mormon Church, like in the Boy Scout situation.
Yeah.
yeah, church has been in the news a lot and made into documentaries and
Mm-hmm.
TV shows a lot
Yeah.
lately.
Anyway, I don't know.
It.
It's interesting.
It is.
It is.
I honestly could talk about like I would like I want to know like everyone's story, like why we all left, but we don't really have time for that. But I would love to like talk with you guys more.
Find that out
We could
again.
start a group
Yeah.
text.
I'm here for it.
Okay.
Please, I need this. I need more friends.
Yeah, I'd like that too.
So way to segue into say like we're almost out of time. Is there anything that you wanted to talk about that you didn't get to yet?
No, not really. It was really good to see you, Kaylani. Like I swear, I think the last time that I saw you, I can't remember if it was before or after my mission. I think I came over to your place or something, but that was like 10, 15 years ago.
A
Like,
really long time ago.
It's so long, and so like so good to
You
see
guys
you.
don't live that far from
See
each
you
other.
too.
I know we don't. We have to get together. Like Creekside Park. I love Creekside Park. We have to go. Like our kids love it.
Awesome. Yeah, my kids loved it too. It's so pretty.
It
They did a
is.
good job with that one.
They did.
Okay, let's plan for it then.
Let's do
Okay.
it.
Well, I will be there in spirit.
Yeah.
We'll FaceTime you. Like,
Okay,
here it is,
sounds good.
Charlie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the other thing, I do have one thing.
Do it.
So we're actually going to Yellowstone on July 3rd.
Oh,
to the 4th.
okay.
So are you going to be in Utah?
Yeah, I'm gonna be in Utah. There's a family reunion. Like, it's either the 3rd or the 5th of July. I can't remember. But we'll be there for 4th of July, and we have to be there to take care of some family affairs. We'll be there
Okay.
like from like I think it's like June 30th to like July 7th or something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
But I think we're driving, so it's like hard to know when we're gonna leave and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Well, we'll see if we can figure something out.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I would like to see you.
Yeah, absolutely. When are you coming back from Yellowstone?
I think July 5th
Okay.
is when.
Yeah, that's not that long at all. So I'll be there for much longer than that.
Sweet.
Okay.
We'd love to
Sweet.
come down.
Yeah, party. Okay. All right. Well, if that's it, I'm gonna push stop and love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.